All right. It's your favorite political innovator, David Washington here from Jane Washington Network. And, you know, some more thoughts on my conversation with Alfonso, if you've been following from about a month or so ago, and a different spin. So, a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine that I will call Andrew recently told me that he was just naturalized as a citizen of these United States of America. And I was so proud of him. And I let him know that and had a short conversation about the process and what the wait was like to go through getting his citizenship, earning his citizenship. And it just left a warm feeling with me that Andrew went through the process, became a naturalized citizen, and was so proud of the fact that he did so and was successful. And we touch on the current situation here in America regarding illegal immigration and the enforcement of the immigration laws. And I mentioned cautiously about, is there any satisfaction or was there any type of understanding or feeling that Andrew had, knowing that he waited in line, went through the process the right way, and was rewarded through his hard work, his patience, and his dollars to become a naturalized citizen versus the current situation with those who are here illegally in the efforts to address their illegal status here in America. And if I remember the conversation correctly, a very short one, Andrew said it was tough. It was tough. It was hard. But you know something? He said it was worth the wait. It was worth being patient. It was worth the expense. And he was proud to be a citizen of these United States of America. And so, as I'm thinking about our current situation and solutions, because I see various political types, uh, representatives of our communities, organizations, elected officials, and politicals, and so forth, talking about this issue, particularly those opposed to the actions of ICE and so forth and so on. There's two things that can be done to move towards some resolution in regards to the tension we're having, the strife we're having here in America. One, if our elected officials are so concerned about the well-being and how illegal immigrants to America are being treated at Alligator Alcatraz or Deport Depot, whatever you want to call it, similar facilities, or ICE coming into neighborhoods and going door to door and so forth and so on. Well, there's a solution to that. Voluntarily deporting themselves. Illegal migrants voluntarily deporting themselves. In mass. In mass. And why do I say that? And it's not really cold because there's benefits to self deportation. You get money to do so, you get a plane ticket to do so. There's been plenty of time where this has been stated in the media, this has been stated in community organization meetings, so forth and so on. Don't hear so much coming from the political types, particularly the opposition to the policy. However, self deportation, voluntary self deportation, if it's done in mass, in large groups, perhaps we wouldn't have these types of struggles that we're seeing in the streets, on media, on social media, so forth and so on, get together in large groups, take the money, go back to your home, state, country, nation, and come back the right way, the legal way. That's what our political leaders should be, especially on the opposition, should be talking about. So that we don't have to have ICE go door to door in neighborhoods. So we don't have to have people being so caught up in the drama of having been forcibly detained, worry about due process, because they'll get due process and self deportation and the right to come back when appropriate, the right way. Okay, now that the car guy has passed us, so that's the solution. We don't hear much about it, but self deportation voluntarily is a solution. And I believe it would cut down a lot on the drama that we see in our social media and media. Second solution, the opposition with the administration should seriously sit down and discuss solutions to this immigration crisis so that people do not have to self deport, that ICE does not have to go door to door. Yes, you heard me. So that people do not have to voluntarily self deport or that ICE has to go door to door, raiding offices, businesses, farmland. There has to be a positive solution. Not everyone is going to get what they want. However, there can be a positive solution. Go to the negotiation table. Everyone could be a winner. Everyone could be a loser in the negotiations. Not everyone's going to get their way. We're Americans. We could do this. We could resolve this. So that's all I have to say. Please comment. Love to hear what you have to say. I'll respond accordingly. And if this content is something that you'd like to hear more of, I'll be more than happy to share it with you. More of it, please share on my behalf, like, hit the notification button. Of course, more importantly, comment, and also share with those family members and friends and influencers that you know in your community. More importantly, those candidates running for office and the electeds who are supposed to represent all of us, particularly the ones who vote for them and the ones who should be voting but don't. Okay? So, this is David Washington signing off. Love you. God bless. We will see you the next time.